Hi, I'm Villet. I'm one of the founders of Alvas, and in this video, I'll show you what Alvas is and demo you how our platform works. So in short, Alvas is an AI platform that you can use to write personal emails to every single recipient you send out emails to. That increases open rates, click rates, and conversion rates. Our typical customers are B2C e-commerce businesses that use our tool on bottom funnel flows such as abandoned cart, browse abandonment, and price drop flows. Let me show you a few examples of what AI emails could look like. So in here, I'm previewing an email for a person who's looked at some pants from Nike, where the headline, the body, and this text right here is fully AI generated. So the AI will write about the product in a way that fits this specific person. In this case, it's me. And then it will try to find the best way to sell this product to that person. So, for example, for these pants, which are on discount, it writes about the discount in the headline. And then in the body text, it writes a short story on how that product can be used. And finally, down here, it writes a little bit about the product that's relevant for the customer. Let me show you another example. So this person called Anna has looked at some shoes. Then it writes a headline, again, another body text. That's like a story on how this Nike shoe can be used. And finally, a short description about the product. And lastly, another example. As you can see, a person has looked at a top that is also on discount. It's on 25%. So the AI writes that. And it's again relevant for the customer. So in short, if you have 10,000 people that receives an Alvas email in your abandoned cart flow, the AI will write 10,000 different headlines, 10,000 different body text, 10,000 different product texts, and any other text you would like the AI to write, it can do so. Now, you might also have noticed that the images changed. That's because we also have an AI image feature that I will show you in a little bit. Let me go into the platform and show you how you can prompt the AI to get full control of what messaging it has. So in here, we see the email that I've set up, an English browse abandonment, and we see the text. So we have a subject line, then we have a prompt, and then we have a few examples of what the AI has generated. Now, I'm not able to actually edit anything in these examples, as they are just examples of what the AI could write. I can only edit the prompt that tells the AI what to write. So I know that for my brand, emojis perform really well in the subject line. That just increases open rate. So I could say add a product relevant emoji at the end of the subject line. Then I can click generate example. And the AI starts generating a new example. Now, because these pants can be used for running, you can see how it wrote a little bit of an emoji there. Scrolling down, I can see other text, such as the preview line, the headline, and the body text. Let me show you another example of changing the prompts. So for the body text, I might want a little bit more. So I could say write 2 sentences. And then I can actually write include the city where the person lives in the short story. Then I can click generate example. And then you can see how it writes about a short story about the trousers I've looked at and how they can be great, like look beautiful or be great for use in Copenhagen, because I live in Copenhagen. Scrolling down further, you can see how the AI has selected these images. For another person, say Anna, that we just previewed before, who's looked at some shoes, the AI has selected this image. Now, I've given the AI access to these 5 images that also have a corresponding link. So if I click on the image, it shows me like a category page that's corresponding to that image. But I can give it access to more images. So in here, I could say this image of shoes. Then I can click save and generate a new example for Anna. Might need to refresh here, but I can click on Anna and generate an example, scroll down, and see how it actually selected this new image of shoes, because that's more relevant for this customer who has looked at some Nike Alpha Fly shoes. Again, if I click it, it redirects me to another page, which is a page I've selected for the AI. Great. Okay, great. So now you know that Alvas writes a personal email to every single recipient. Say we've generated 10,000 different emails. We start to have a data set of good emails and bad emails. That is something we can use to train the AI to make better emails based upon previous data. So we've built this feature called self-learning that automatically improves the AI to write better emails based on the emails that has created conversions. All you need to do is just wait for enough data to be gathered. So you need at least 1,000 email sends and 20 conversions. And then you can simply just click activate. Now, if you already have Alvas live, self-learning will automatically activate when you reach like the data threshold. So when you start using Alvas, what you typically do is you'd set up a split test inside your email system. In this case, I'm showing you Klaviyo, but we also have integrations with multiple other systems. You can check that out on our website. But in here, you'd set up a 50-50 random sample. So on the left side, you have your original email. Here you can see how the subject line is static, and so is the preview line. Inside the template, all other text is also static. On the right-hand side, you have your AI email. So this is the Alvas email, where you see the subject line is this dynamic field, so is the preview line, and so is everything else that I just showed you inside the template. The way you set this up is you have a webhook, and this is super easy to set up. We have a guide for it that shows you how to do it, and it takes like 5 minutes. So even if you haven't worked with webhooks before, don't be scared. It's very simple. But once you have the 50-50 random sample set up and you're running an active A/B test, you might also be running the A/B test on other emails or other flows. Then inside Alvas, you can go to our analytics page. And in here, you can see all the tests that you're running by clicking View Split Test. You can see the tests down here, but then you can see an aggregated level up here. Now you can go back to when you started the split test, say September 1st. And then you can see how many emails were sent with Alvas, what was the total revenue generated by emails from Alvas, the revenue per email sent, and your conversion rate. You can compare that to your original emails and see how did the conversion rate compare from your original to Alvas. Then you can also see the total revenue lift from using Alvas and the potential revenue lift if you were to decide on a winner from the A/B test and start sending all emails with Alvas to get that increased revenue per email sent. So when using Alvas in the beginning, you can set up a split test and you can basically just see how it performs for your brand. It's simple to do and it doesn't really take that much time. When you've started to actually have some great performing emails and you might want to scale Alvas, you can duplicate the email that you've already set up. So this email right here was what I showed you before. Say I want it in Danish. I can just duplicate it and say Danish. Then I can, it asks me if I want to translate it, and I can say yes, and I can select Danish. Then it starts duplicating it and all the prompts inside it. So when it's done, I can click in here and I can see how it writes a subject line. The prompt is now in Danish, and the example here on the right-hand side is actually also in Danish. Now, if I haven't set up the email from the beginning, I can also just click New Email. Then I can see our catalog of more than 100 templates. And I can say I might want a German abandoned cart email. And I can click on that. I can click Use Template. And I can get started in seconds in this other in this other email. So the last thing I want to show you is some of the case studies we've done. So let me make myself smaller. So we've done a few case studies with big Danish brands. Here is an example of Cool Shop, which increased their conversion rate by 55% after using Alvas. Shaping New Tomorrow increased their conversion rate by 66%, and Didua increased their conversion rate by 78% from using Alvas. All of these numbers are based on an A/B test that ran at the same time, where they compared their original content to their AI-generated content. If you find Alvas interesting, we have a 14-day free trial, and you can sign up right up here and create an account in like 5 minutes. When you've created your account, you're able to see what the AI could actually write of emails for your brand, and you're able to adjust the prompts as you want. You don't need to enter in billing before doing any integrations. So you can basically just have a playground where you can try out different narratives and try to change the prompts to fit your brand and your messaging. I highly encourage you to just sign up, create an account, and get started. It takes like 5 minutes. Once you're started and you need to either do some integrations or want to learn more about prompting, we have an academy where we have guides for basically everything that you can also use to get a proper experience. Besides that, feel free to ever reach out. We're always happy to help you get success. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed that and found it useful. Besides that, have a great day.